Ready to tap into some next level potential.
Let's do it.
We're diving into The Power of Your Subconscious Mind
By Joseph Murphy.
This book is like a fascinating blend of psychology and spirituality.
And you know what's interesting about Murphy? He led one of the biggest New Thought congregations in the U.S.
Really?
But he wasn't all about esoteric practices, you know?
Right.
His background in psychology, it really comes through.
It's true. His work feels very accessible, like practical self-improvement.
Yeah.
Not, chanting mantras under a full moon.
Exactly.
You're talking about boosting your health, maybe even achieving some financial success.
All by harnessing what's already within.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So before we get too far, I want to ask, what are you hoping to unlock in your own life?
Good question.
Keep that goal in mind as we go.
Absolutely.
Let's kick things off with something we can all relate to.
Okay.
Learning a new skill.
All right.
Remember learning to ride a bike.
Oh, yeah.
You're wobbly at first,
For sure.
but then it's like magic. It just clicks.
It becomes so natural,
Yes.
effortless almost.
Your subconscious takes over.
Right.
And Murphy says we can apply this to anything,
Like what?
even conquer stage fright.
Oh, wow.
He talks about Enrico Caruso.
The opera singer.
Yeah, incredible talent.
World renowned.
But you know what? He suffered from terrible stage fright.
No way. I can't even imagine.
Can you imagine the pressure, though?
Thousands of people.
All those eyes on you.
Yeah.
And he would freeze up. His throat would constrict.
Wow.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Caruso, he developed this mental technique.
Like a trick.
Sort of. He'd repeatedly tell himself, quiet, let the trained voice work.
He was like talking to himself.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Commanding his subconscious.
Interesting.
And it worked.
It did. He was basically replacing that fear response with a command.
Wow, that's powerful.
Right. So, could it be that simple?
I mean, it makes you think.
Find the right phrase, redirect your anxiety. And Murphy takes it even further, suggesting we can impact our well-being.
Our health.
He tells this story about a relative with tuberculosis, really sick,
Oh, no.
and the son wanted to help.
Of course.
He finds a piece of wood and tells his dad it's a blessed cross.
Wait, a random piece of wood.
I know, right?
Good.
The father, fueled by this belief in the healing cross, supposedly experiences a recovery.
You're saying a piece of wood cured tuberculosis.
It's more about the power of belief.
the placebo effect.
Exactly. Like when people feel better after taking a sugar pill thinking it's medicine.
Right, right. Because they believe it.
So our beliefs, whether about a piece of wood or a sugar pill, can have a real impact.
It shows you the potential of the subconscious.
Right. But this mental movie method, it's not just for health, is it?
No, not at all.
He talks about using it for like selling a house,
Oh, yeah, he's big on visualization.
like really picturing the outcome you want,
The details, everything.
the negotiation, the paperwork,
All of it.
and he documented cases where people saw results this way.
That's wild.
It makes you wonder.
Totally.
But it can't be as easy as just daydreaming, right?
Right. There's got to be more to it.
If we all visualized winning the lottery,
We'd all be millionaires.
exactly, what's the missing ingredient?
Action. You have to meet your subconscious halfway.
So it's not passive wishing.
No, it's active. You have to do the work.
So, like, imagine you're visualizing this amazing art career,
Okay.
but you never actually paint.
Right. You're not backing it up.
The message gets muddled.
Your subconscious needs fuel.
Okay, that makes sense. Action turns those mental images into reality.
Exactly. It's a partnership.
So if our subconscious is this powerhouse, why even have conscious thoughts?
Good question.
What's their role in all this?
Think of your conscious mind like a conductor,
Okay,
processing information, making decisions in the moment.
all right.
But conductors, they can overthink things.
Right.
Get stuck in the negative.
That's where the subconscious steps in.
Exactly, like a seasoned musician.
I like that.
It understands the rhythm of your desires.
It can guide you.
But you have to let it.
Speaking of negativity, have you ever felt like your own worst enemy?
Oh, absolutely.
Stuck in a spiral of self-doubt.
Totally.
Murphy actually illustrates this with a really interesting example.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, he talks about this guy totally overworked,
Okay.
neglecting his family, even his health was suffering.
Wow.
And it turned out it was all because of guilt.
Guilt.
Yeah, his brother had died in an accident,
Oh, no.
and he'd been carrying that burden for years.
It's amazing how we internalize things.
It really is.
Let them fester.
And it can manifest in unhealthy ways.
So true.
Like with this guy, all that overwork.
Have you ever felt that?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're weighed down by something,
Totally.
holding you back.
It's so important to recognize those patterns
Right.
because Murphy says, negativity can turn into fear.
Fear is powerful.
It can be paralyzing.
Whether it's public speaking or, aging.
And Murphy, he challenges that whole idea of aging.
Like that it's all downhill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He tells this story about a retired executive.
Okay.
Instead of slowing down, this guy takes up photography,
Nice.
starts giving lectures on aging well.
Good for him.
It reminded me of Murphy's own father.
What about him?
Learned new languages in his 90s.
Yeah.
See? Age is just a number.
It's about staying engaged.
Having that fire in your belly.
But what about those bigger desires, like finding love?
Okay.
Or that dream career?
Right.
Can we really visualize our way there?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It really is.
Murphy talks about aligning your passions with your visualization.
Okay, I like that.
Like this boy from Australia, he dreamed of being a surgeon.
Wow, okay.
Had no resources, but every night he'd visualize his diploma.
No way. Did it work?
It did, but not just by daydreaming.
Right?
He got a job assisting a doctor,
Making it happen.
saving every penny to put himself through medical school.
Wow, that's commitment.
His vision fueled his actions,
So it's about setting the stage and then taking those concrete steps.
Exactly. And it applies to relationships, too.
Oh, how so?
Murphy tells a story about this teacher.
Okay.
She'd had a string of bad relationships.
Ouch.
So she starts visualizing her ideal partner.
What'd she focus on?
Kindness,
Yeah.
sense of humor, intellectual curiosity.
Sounds like a great catch.
And then, guess what?
What?
She met someone.
No way.
Embodied all those qualities.
You're kidding. It's like you become a vibrational match.
That's what Murphy says.
So we've talked about healing, conquering fear, even finding love.
It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
What's the key takeaway?
Murphy boils it down to 3 things.
Okay, I'm listening.
Love your work, specialize in your field,
All right.
and be altruistic, give back.
I love that.
It's about passion and purpose.
Finding that fulfillment.
Exactly. But life isn't always smooth sailing.
Tell me about it.
We hit roadblocks, doubt ourselves.
Absolutely.
Murphy acknowledges that,
He does.
he says it's not a magic bullet.
What does he say holds us back?
2 things. Mainly,
Okay.
lack of confidence and trying too hard.
Wait, those seem like opposites. It's a tricky balance.
So how can both be a problem?
Think about it.
Okay.
You're trying to manifest a new job,
Right.
but then doubt creeps in.
Like, what if I'm not good enough?
Exactly. Your subconscious picks up on that.
Interesting.
It creates resistance.
And then trying too hard, how's that a problem?
It's like forcing it,
Okay.
Your subconscious responds to trust.
So you have to relax, let go a little.
Exactly. That's when it's most open to suggestion.
It's like that state right before sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Effort and surrender.
Finding that balance.
That's the key.
It's fascinating stuff.
It really is.
But I bet some people are thinking, if this is so easy,
Yeah.
why isn't everyone doing it?
Right. Good point.
Like, if it's this simple to reprogram our minds,
It makes you think.
it does. What do you think?
I think it's about choices, our conscious choices.
Yeah, and how they interact with the subconscious.
So it's an ongoing process.
So it's an ongoing process.
It's a practice, not a quick fix.
We have to work at it.
Like learning an instrument.
Right. So how do we become better musicians of our minds?
Awareness is the first step.
Being present, in the moment.
Noticing those negative thoughts.
Catching yourself in those patterns.
Exactly. And then consciously changing them.
So if we identify a limiting belief,
Replace it with a more empowering one.
and this is where the mental movie comes in,
Visualize yourself living the life you want.
really step into that vision.
The more vivid, the better.
Wow, this has been eye-opening.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. So to wrap things up, any final thoughts?
If you could rewrite your life's script,
Where?
what would your mental movie look like?
It's a powerful question, and I think it speaks to the heart of what we have been exploring today. The power of our subconscious is real, and with a little effort, a little awareness, we can all learn to harness it to create lives filled with purpose, passion, and maybe even a little magic. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and remember, the journey starts within.